My people, this story happening in Kaduna right now is one that has left many Nigerians talking, confused and emotional at the same time. It's a situation that is shaking the North seriously, because what began as a small protest has now turned into something much deeper, something that is touching every home, every community, and even bringing old wounds back to life. They said tension started building days ago after continuous attacks from herdsmen left many families in fear. Communities that used to live together in peace started having misunderstandings, and suddenly anger began to rise. People started blaming one another, and before anyone could even say calm down, the situation exploded into protest and destruction. Now, the heart of the matter is this: residents in Kaduna, especially in the southern part, came out in large numbers, carrying placards and shouting that they are tired of being victims. They said they can no longer sleep with two eyes closed. Some farmers claimed their lands have been taken, their farms destroyed, and their loved ones attacked, yet nobody is saying anything. They said if the government will not protect them, then they will speak up and defend themselves. But what made this particular situation more dramatic is that the protest moved from just anger on the streets to something symbolic. People marching straight to the palace of one of the Fulani traditional rulers. Witnesses said that as they got there, the tension became too high, and before anyone could control the crowd, there was chaos. The palace reportedly suffered damages, and that was where people started saying, "Civil war don't start for North." Now, whether that statement is true or not, one thing is clear: emotions are very high. This is no longer a small issue of misunderstanding. This is deep pain that has been building up for a long time. Some people are crying, saying we can't take it anymore, while others are pleading for peace, asking everyone to calm down before the situation spreads to other parts of the North. If you are watching this video right now, please take 1 second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps us reach more people, and it also keeps you updated with all the latest news and gist across Nigeria. Now back to the story. After the palace incident, leaders from different communities started calling for emergency meetings. They said they must find a way to stop the violence before it gets worse. Security agencies were called in, patrol vans started moving around the streets, and even soldiers were sighted in some sensitive areas. But still, fear did not go away, because people believe that these attacks might continue if something serious is not done. You know how it is when people have lost trust. They start to take matters into their own hands. That's what is happening right now. Many villagers are forming their own local groups to protect themselves. Some say they are no longer waiting for government promises. They said, "We have waited too long, and enough is enough." But you see, this kind of mindset is dangerous, because when anger mixes with fear, people start acting without thinking. And in moments like these, innocent people always suffer the most. Mothers, children, farmers, people who just want peace, end up in the middle of conflict they never caused. The truth is, this tension didn't just begin today. This herdsman issue has been going on for years. Farmers and herders have been clashing in so many parts of Nigeria, not only in Kaduna. And every time it happens, promises are made, committees are formed, but somehow the story keeps repeating itself. Now, the question everyone is asking is, why does it keep happening? Why can't we find a permanent solution? Some believe it's because of land and grazing rights, while others say it's because of politics. Whatever the reason, one thing is certain: people are tired. The most heartbreaking part is when you see old women crying because they lost everything. Imagine spending months working on your farm, only to wake up one morning and see it destroyed. Imagine raising your children, hoping they will go to school, and then violence forces you to run away with nothing. That's the kind of pain many families in Kaduna are facing right now. And this is why the protest became so emotional. People said if they don't cry out now, nobody will ever listen. That's why they marched barefoot, their faces covered in ashes. It was their own way of saying, we are tired. If you're still with me, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe. I want to know what you think about this whole situation. Drop your opinion in the comments section below because your voice matters too. Now let's talk about the reaction of the authorities. After the protest turned violent, security officials reportedly came in to restore calm. There were roadblocks, curfews in some areas, and heavy presence of law enforcement officers. But as usual, many residents said those actions came too late. They said the damage had already been done before security arrived. Traditional rulers and elders in the area have been appealing to everyone to remain calm. They said that destroying a palace or attacking each other won't solve the real issue. According to one elder, you can't quench fire by adding more fire. He said dialogue is still the best way out. But you know, when people are angry, they don't want to hear grammar. They want results. They want to see action. They want to know that those who caused the crisis will face justice. That's why many are calling on the government to act fast, not just by releasing statements, but by actually doing something meaningful. The fear now is that this tension might spread to other parts of the north if care is not taken. Other communities are watching closely. They're saying, if Kaduna people can rise up, maybe it's time we speak too. And that's the kind of thinking that can easily lead to a bigger problem if things are not handled well. This is why national leaders need to act quickly, bring all the affected groups to the table, talk honestly, and stop playing politics with people's lives. Because when violence starts, it doesn't know tribe, religion, or title. It affects everyone. Please, before we continue, just click the like button if you are enjoying this gist. It really helps the channel grow and keeps me motivated to bring you more real-time stories like this. Now, some eyewitnesses claimed that during the protest, people were chanting songs of sorrow and demanding the removal of some community leaders who they believe have failed to protect them. They said enough of promises. They want action. Some even said they feel betrayed because when elections come, politicians visit them with sweet words, but when the crisis starts, nobody shows up. That's another angle of this story, the political silence. Some Nigerians are saying that if the government had taken this herdsmen crisis seriously from the beginning, maybe things wouldn't have gotten this bad. They want to see proper compensation for victims, justice for those who lost loved ones, and serious security reform. And truly, if we are being honest, peace doesn't just come by prayer, it comes by action. You can't tell people to stop crying when their tears are still fresh. You can't tell people to forget when their farms are still burning. Kaduna is a land of strong people, a place with history and culture. It has produced leaders, thinkers, and heroes. But today, it is bleeding because of conflict that can be prevented. The people are tired, but they still have hope that maybe, just maybe, someone will listen this time.